Today we're reading The Prophet by Kahlil Gibran. This reading is my interpretation, bringing the timeless wisdom of Gibran into our modern lives. I'm going to be reading one chapter at a time so that we can digest it and reflect in a way that feels authentic and not hurried. Change, transition, and letting go are themes we all encounter. And today we begin with the coming of the ship, a reflection on moving forward while honoring what we leave behind. Stay with me as we explore the beauty and the depth of these words. For 12 long years, Almustafa, the chosen and the beloved, lived in the city of Orphalese, waiting for the ship that would take him home. And now, in the 12th year, on the 7th day of the month of harvest, he climbed a hill outside the city walls and gazed toward the horizon. There, through the morning mist, he saw his ship approaching. His heart opened wide, and his joy soared across the sea. He closed his eyes and whispered a silent prayer of gratitude. But as he descended the hill, a bittersweet feeling settled upon him. "How do I leave in peace without sorrow?" he whispered. "No journey ends without some longing left behind. The streets have held my footsteps, the walls have echoed my voice, and the people have carried pieces of my soul." He looked at the city one last time. "I do not merely leave a place," he whispered, "but a part of myself. This is not like shedding a garment, it's like shedding skin, part of me that has grown here." Yet he knew he could not remain. The tide was calling, as it calls to all things, and he must go. To stay too long would be to stagnate, to turn motionless while time still moved. The ocean whispered to him, and he must answer. As he reached the base of the hill, he turned again toward the sea and saw his ship drawing near. Upon its prow stood the mariners, the men of his homeland, and his soul leaped toward them. "Brothers," he called, "you who have traveled in my dreams and now stand in my waking reality, I am ready. My heart, like a sail, is full with the wind of departure. Just one more breath of this familiar air, just one more glance behind me, and then I will stand among you again, a traveler among travelers." And to the vast sea he said, "O great mother who holds all rivers and welcomes all streams, I am returning to you. Just one last moment here, one last ripple in the waters of my presence, and then I will be yours again, a drop returning to the endless ocean." As he walked, the people of Orphalese left their work and hurried toward the city gates. Their voices called his name, carrying across fields and streets, spreading the news of his departure. He felt as though he were only a harp waiting to be played, or a flute waiting for breath to pass through it. He was a seeker of truth, but what truth had he gathered that was worthy to be shared? And as he entered the city, the people met him with open hearts and open arms. The elders spoke first, saying, "Stay a little longer. You have been the light in our twilight, the dream in our sleep. You are not a stranger nor a guest. You are our own. Let us not hunger for your presence before you have even left." The priests and priestesses said, "Do not let the sea take you so soon. You have walked among us as a spirit, and your shadow has been light upon our faces. We loved you, though we did not always speak it. And now, only as you prepare to leave, do we find the words." And the people gathered, pleading for him to stay. But Al-Mustafa did not answer with words. He only bowed his head, and those who stood close saw the quiet tears upon his cheeks. Then, through the crowd came Almidra, a seeress. She had been the first to believe in him when he was just a stranger, and with deep understanding she spoke. Prophet, seeker of the unseen, you have waited long for your ship, and now it has come. You long to return to the place of your deepest dreams, and we will not hold you back. But before you leave, speak to us. Give us your wisdom so that we may carry it with us and pass it on to those who come after us. And he answered, People of Orphalese, I can only speak of what stirs already in your hearts. What is truth if not a reflection of what we already know deep inside? Then Almidra said, Speak to us of love. Let's take a moment to reflect. I'm going to try to make this conversational, even though I'm alone. This is very new to me, so please bear with me. Transitions are rarely easy. Leaving home, a relationship, a chapter of life, even the deaths that we all encounter on this plane. They are changes that are forced upon us and that we have to accept. But they're experiences and they're beautiful. And if we didn't have those, then it means that we wouldn't be living, that we wouldn't have the experience of living. And so when we think of things as leaving us, I think it's just preparing us for better things. There are those little deaths, those little moments that make us stronger, that help to shape us, that help to mature us, to process things in an intelligent way that allows us to grow. And now I'm going to read a little bit about what I wrote on this. Like Al-Mustafa, we are all travelers waiting for the ships that will take us to our next destination. And just like him, we find the departures come with a mix of joy and sorrow. Think of your own life. Have you ever felt the weight of leaving a place that shaped you? The feeling of knowing you must move forward, even as your heart clings to what was. Perhaps it was a childhood home, a job that once defined you, or even a friendship that no longer serves the person you have become. This is the universal experience of change. We often believe that moving on means losing something, but perhaps, like Al-Mustafa, we are not leaving anything behind. We are carrying it with us. The memories, the lessons, the love do not vanish when we step into something new. They travel within us, shaping who we are becoming. This is the challenge of every major transition in life: to honor the past while embracing the future, to recognize that even as we move forward, we are still the sum of all the experiences we have lived. So I ask you, what ship is calling you? What journey do you know you must take, even if it feels bittersweet? And most importantly, what wisdom will you take with you as you step into the unknown? I would love to read your thoughts and your comments. So I'd love for you to share your experiences down below. I'd have to say that for me right now in this moment, it is my daughter graduating. She is turning 18 this year, this month. And I can't believe it. So we are prepping for this new stage. And of course, it's a change and it feels uncomfortable and it feels different. And I want to push her one way, although she has her mind set on this other way. Uh, and I have to accept that, right? These are moments of growth for her to live her own life, for her to start her own life. And so it's a beautiful thing. I welcome it. So, like Almustafa, prepared to leave, just as we all must leave places, people, and phases of our life behind. He reminds us what we love does not disappear. It travels within us. If this reflection spoke to you, be sure to like and subscribe so we can continue to explore these timeless teachings together. Until next time, I'm Giselle, and this is Giselle Speaks.